waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider.
What's up, fans, family? Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Here we are again, another night getting it in. Miami Dolphins content, trying to provide the best content that I possibly can. Make sure that you hit the like button on your way in the building. Shout out to the mod squad. Shout out to all the members of the channel. Salute to you all. Thank you for the hard work you're putting in. And if you are new to the channel, subscribe to TD Fans Talk right now. 22% of all viewers of this channel are not subscribed, which means you watch us all the time, but you're still not subscribed. Go ahead and subscribe. We're about 110 or 15 away from 22,000 subs. Hopefully we can get there by tomorrow for the Baltimore game. But go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, man, 2 days. Oh, no. Almost a day and a half. A day and a half, man. This is one of those games. You know, like let's have a real talk. Like all my real Miami Dolphin fans, let's chat real quick. We know what we're used to. Now, we're not talking about the Alabama fans. They have no idea what our history is. They have no idea. If they do have any idea, all they remember is how Nick Saban abandoned us. But that's neither here nor there. But let's talk to the real Fins fans who at least been rocking with this team since Dan Marino. This is one of those games. We have them every single year. Every year, we have one of these games. What do you mean, TD? What do you mean by one of these games? One of those games where you come off of a victory against like a division opponent and you're proud of yourself. But then you got a big dog sitting right in front of you. And you feel like you might be a big dog too. And this game is going to tell you whether or not you're close to being a big dog or not. And historically, in this game, what do? Ain't no shame in it. It's not being negative to tell the truth. We lose. The last 20 years, this is one of those games. Now, I'm not saying in Baltimore last year wasn't one of those games. As injured as they were, it wasn't one of those games. Now, don't get me wrong. They got some injuries right now, but they're still a way more complete team. But this is one of those games. You know why? They're not 100%. We watched the film this morning. Lamar Jackson wasn't even operating efficiently in the first half. And it's one of those games. Come out and take care of business. Let us go into week 3 feeling like, man, I know we beat the Patriots. I know we beat the Ravens. But, man, what if we beat Buffalo? Like, we don't have to think we'll beat Buffalo next week. We just want to feel like, what if we do? Because we still don't know what our true potential is. That's why this game is important. Because if we win this game, we could at least go into next week feeling like, man, they're going to actually show us how good or how bad we actually are in Buffalo. And what if we win? That's all we can ask for. Because if we lose this game, everybody in their right mind is going to say, and now we got to play Buffalo and they're going to destroy us. You see the two different narratives? You see the two different narratives, the two different trajectories? I'm sorry, Miami, but I want the first one. I want to get this W by any means necessary. The homie Slippin' Jimmy just donated to the channel and said, We we win this game. The one and only way we ever win with Tua. Hold them to under 20 points. I hope so, Slippin' Jimmy. But you did kind of have a contradiction in your statement. And this is a common contradiction by a lot of people. Let me not say everybody. You say that we'll win the game by the only way that we win, which is Tua, which Tua is the only way we win. And then you say hold them to under 20. Why is it that we have to hold people to under 20 to win with Tua? Why is it the only way we can win with Tua is if we hold people to under 20? We have to change that too, Jimmy. We have to change that too. If the only way you could win with Tua is by holding people under 20, are you really winning because of Tua? Because everybody, one thing you can't deny, when that kid is on the field, we win. Well, last I checked, he had some losses, 8 of them. Technically 9, but Fitz bailed him out in one of his victories. But is it a winning record? Yeah, it is. And I like that. But can we stop disrespecting the rest of this team and saying that he's the reason for his record? Can we please stop disrespecting the rest of this team, acting like he's the reason for the record? He's a contributor to his record. The team, him and the guys around him, are a reason for his record. Let's stop sitting here acting like Tua has carried us in more than one game in his career. Arizona. Outside of Arizona, I don't know a win that Tua has where he carried this team. Not trying to be negative, not trying to get on the kid, but can we stop disrespecting our other players? Can we stop making it seem like they haven't contributed? Can we stop acting like Xavier Howard hasn't been responsible for at least 4 to 5 of his wins? We got to stop this. And people say, oh, people always bash Tua no matter what he does, because other people always bash the team in the name of him. It's not right. And it brings unnecessary attention to him. You bring all the unnecessary attention to him. I like Ray Ray's comment. He said, but you put all the bad on Tua when all contribute. Well, Ray, sometimes you got to pay attention to the titles of my video. A lot of people want to know how Tua did. So when I evaluate film on Tua, it's just on him. So I'm only pointing out his bad. When people say, hey, do film on the whole team or evaluate the line, then you see the equal criticism. But don't mistake a film session on Tua as me putting all the bad on him. It's his film session. So whatever he does good and whatever he does bad, that's what that film session has in it. Okay. Let me move forward and say, At what point do you get tired? I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. Let me tell y'all what I mean by the fact that I'm tired. What am I supposed to do? TD has been a loyal Dolphin fan. I feel like one of the best Dolphin fans known to men, not just because I'm TD, but everybody should feel that way about themselves if they love this team. But when I first started this channel, I was so energetic. I was so positive. The team could do no wrong. I'll sell y'all positivity in the worst tragedy when I first started this channel. That was the Tannehill era. And I'll never forget, man, we had people in the comment section saying, "You're making excuses for Tannehill. You're making excuses for this team. We're not as good as you're making it out to be. I'm unsubscribing because you don't keep it real." And I thought I was keeping it real because I was being positive and optimistic, and positivity and optimism can help the team will themselves to a victory. And the truth is, there ain't nothing further from the truth. Your positivity can't will a team to victory. What the team does on the field has to will them to a victory. We lost, and we kept losing. And I kept finding a way to give us optimism to stick around because it's going to be okay. We're going to figure it out. And since we lost this year, don't worry, because next year in the draft, all we need is this and this for Tannehill. And man, we could be a Super Bowl team. Some people bought it, and we moved forward. And we continued to be positive. And somewhere about 2 years into the channel, going on my like halfway through a year and a half, I actually started to shift. Most people didn't notice it, but I started to shift, and I started to be more of a general manager. I started to think more about, I can't just be a fan on this channel talking good about everybody and hoorah. It's time to be a general manager and understand, why do we keep getting it wrong, versus whatever decision they make, praising it and saying why it's a good one. It's what you call the go along, get along crew. Go along with whatever happens and get along with everybody. Even if it's a bad decision, you'll make it out to be roses, just like we did with Rose. And I'll never forget, I was in Florida, and I was in a restroom bathing my sons during a draft. Second day of the draft, and I'll never forget, the Miami Dolphins traded for Josh Rosen. I didn't know anything about Josh Rosen. I had never studied Josh Rosen, never even did a film study on Josh Rosen. And I'll never forget getting the breaking news during the draft while I was bathing the two baby boys in the bathtub. And I went live from the bathtub. I wasn't in, but I was on the side of the bathtub on my phone, and I was live. Welcome back to TD Fans Talk. We got our franchise quarterback. Right when I told myself I'm not going to live off of the delusion anymore, as soon as we brought in Josh Rosen, we got our franchise quarterback, I went right back into whatever decision they make. Be positive, support it, and let the people know only why it's going to work. They didn't take care of. I started making excuses for why he wasn't successful in Arizona, and I didn't know nothing about him in Arizona. They didn't take care of him in Arizona. They didn't have an O-line. And now he's going to come to Miami. We're going to build around him. We're going to build a winner. We're going to win a Super Bowl. We finally got a legitimate quarterback. I don't even know where this information was coming from within me. There was no evidence, nothing to back up what I was saying. Because I was in positive, go along, get along, no matter what decision the team makes, trust it and tell the people why it's going to work. And I must admit to you all, what many people don't realize back then, TD Fans Talk was the fastest growing channel out here in the sports community. I mean, I was growing so fast. Everybody was recognizing the crazy success. Positivity sells. Like giving people false hope just sells. People were donating, showing love. I love your energy. I love how you always give me hope for this team. I was their savior. When this team had us down and out, I was the guy who would save you based off of a few words. Keep your head up. Don't worry. This is the time. Trust me. And when I think back at it, I'm telling people to trust me when I don't have anything to back up why they should. Just my electric energy and positivity that at the end of the day still never amounted to success. Nothing I was positive about ended up coming to fruition. Nothing I got people excited about ended up happening. But as soon as we were wrong, I was on to the next thing to sell people on why this time is different. Josh Rosen gets into camp. He's the same bum he was in Arizona, if not worse. EM arguing with me. That's why he calls me TD two throw. Because after two throws with Josh Rosen, it was a preseason game. Josh Rosen made two throws. I was like, oh my gosh, do y'all see this? We actually have our franchise quarterback. He's going to be an MVP. In EM, this is when we first met each other. You're TD2 throw. I can't believe you. Josh Rosen is the worst they come. Bro, stop hating on Rosen. Can you stop? See, back then was the only time EM was getting W's, but my positivity wouldn't allow anybody to see his W's because he was just a hater, okay? He was just a hater. But when Rosen flamed out as he was going to and should have, that was the last straw for me. That was officially the last straw for me. At that very moment, in the middle of that year, remember Ryan Fitzpatrick was playing, then they put Rosen in for like 2 games, then he was just done. Right at that moment when Ryan Fitzpatrick came back on the field in week 6, 7, 8, whatever it was, that was the moment TD changed, y'all. I am not the same person that you met in day one. And I will not be that person anymore until this team gives me a reason to be. Because at the end of the day, even though my faithfulness believed it, Even though my faithfulness believed it, at the end of the day, all I did is lie to you. And I promise you, it wasn't intentional. I was a fan just like most of you. I just wanted to be the biggest fan. The biggest fan is always going to show you the positive and give you hope. No losing can get the biggest fan down. It's still my team. But even I had a breaking point, and I couldn't, and I won't, and I just can't do that anymore. I can't lie and sell false dreams and false hopes. I just can't do it anymore. It feels unethical because people are even donating their hard-earned money. I can't do that anymore. And the real moment where I changed is the moment where I realized, man, you're really learning this game. You now know this game to a level that you realize even how much more wrong you used to be. When I first started this channel, I was a beginner at this game. I knew football, but I didn't know football like I know football now. On a scale of 1 to 10, I thought I was a 7 when now I realize I was a 3. And even now, I feel like I'm an 8 and I'm still not a 10. And I know this game now. And since I know this game now, I know what we're looking for in players. I know what players need to be, what their athletic profile, what fits this system, what fits that system, the rules of the game, the important dates of the game, the salary cap, the ins and outs of the salary cap, the injury reporting, the this, the that, the that, the this. I know so much that I never knew, and I have all this vast football knowledge that I never knew. The closest I became to football was in high school when I played safety. And I know so much now. And once I learned so much, I started to see philosophically how this game works. And I started to identify where we were making the wrong decisions, why we were making the wrong decisions. And I would put those theories on camera live. And I always said time would tell. And next thing you know, I told y'all, wow, I really was right. The research I did was correct. Next thing I told y'all, didn't I tell y'all that could happen? And I start living in this world where I stopped giving definitives. I stopped telling you what's going to happen. I start telling you what could happen. Y'all look out for this. This is a strong possibility. Then it happens. Don't be surprised. I told you it could happen. And I started to get in that general manager room. Who's going to get cut? Who are we going to keep? What makes sense? What doesn't make sense? And I started working all of that out, and I started to see this game for what it was. So then I start getting bold. I start saying things like, we need to trade Xavier Howard now because we are going to waste his prime while we're in a rebuild. You're ridiculous. Why would you trade Xavier Howard? Blah, 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 blah. And truth be told, 3 years later, what I said is still a fact. Yes or no, ladies and gentlemen? Has this team not wasted the last 3 years of Xavier Howard's career? Have we not wasted the last 3 years of X's career? Yes or no? And then you wonder, somebody said, not really. Let me show you why you did. Stop crying every year when Zach Thomas doesn't get into the Hall of Fame. Because the reason he doesn't get into the Hall of Fame is simple. Where's the postseason resume? Wasting his career, wasting the best years of his career. Does anybody truly believe we're going to win a Super Bowl this year? If the answer is no, there go 4 years. How many more years you want X to operate at his prime? 1, 2, 3 if you're lucky. This is why I was saying that we were about to go into a rebuild. Everybody said it was going to be a 3-year process, and that's if you even hit on the quarterback. All of those rumors that were coming out of a player saying he's wasting my career, since it's so old, let me tell y'all what everybody really was talking about from back channels. That was Xavier Howard said that. Nobody said it at the time. And that was coming from what I was hearing. Omar Kelly knew that firsthand. That was Xavier Howard saying that, and he was right. So I would start making these evaluations and assumptions based off of stuff like that. Hey guys, they're going to trade Laramie Tunsil. Now I'm officially not listening to you anymore. We drafted him in the first round. You're an idiot. Why would we get rid of our best player? A month later, blockbuster deal, Laramie Tunsil's gone. I start learning this game. And I started to give analysis and stuff based off of what I believed in this game. Because once you learn this game, you got to say too. The beat writer's word ain't no bigger than yours when you study the game. When truth be told, none of these beat writers played football a day in their life. They're just journalists that went to school, got a cool job on the beat with a football team. And they get to go ask questions and just write what was said and make an article about it. They go to practices and tell you what they see, don't even truly know what they're looking at. Can't tell you the difference between a cover two and Tampa or robber. Can't tell you the difference whatsoever. These are facts. This is not a knock on them. These are facts. And once I realized that, why am I taking the word of writers, and I'm at a point now where I know more than them about this game and this team. So I start speaking my speak. I start talking my talk about here's what's really going on. This is where we're messing up. This is where we're doing good. This is what's happening there. This is what's happening there. And the beautiful part of it is I was able to be honest with you all and be positive at the same time. When I would say something that we didn't want to hear, I would at least deliver it in a positive way. And that's where I was operating at my best self. That's the TD that you all knew at the 1.5 year mark to about the 3-year mark. That's who you knew. That was the best version of me on this channel. The best version. And this is where it all went downhill. 3 years in, pre-draft, 2.5 years in technically, but pre-draft of 2020. It all went downhill. I did my pre-draft analysis on the quarterbacks that were coming out. I did my analysis of Tua Tagovailoa. I didn't know Tua Tagovailoa, y'all. I don't have anything against Alabama. This was before we drafted him. If you were on this channel back then, y'all remember those debates on the panel, Me Ball Game, Reason, and EM? All three of them, they were the Tua guys. I didn't know Tua. I was a When I evaluated these quarterbacks, I was talking Burrow, I was talking Jordan Love, and a little bit of Herbert, but not to the point to where I was going to take Herbert in the draft. But I did evaluate that I would take um Burrow before Tua. And when I did my pre-draft analysis before the injury, I said, I like Tua's game. But when I evaluated him in college, do you know what grade I gave him? I gave him an incomplete. What in the heck is an incomplete on a college player? I gave him an incomplete because, and it wasn't his fault. I remember because I still had that niceness in me where I wouldn't clap back at people. I had that niceness in me. No, it's incomplete. It's not his fault that it's incomplete. It's incomplete because of the circumstance. I gave Tua a pre-draft evaluation of incomplete because he was going to be one of those players you didn't know if he was going to be good in the NFL. And here's why. The stats show that he was going to be a great player. He balled out in college. The play, his arm, just the way it looked in college, he's a baller. But when you evaluate the film, what am I supposed to take out of a guy who gets 6 seconds to throw on 90% of his plays? Every time he does throw and throw it deep, the receiver is here and the DB is 8 yards away. Like there's no shot. It's already over. The run game is great balance, no matter who you play. It was just all perfect. So I said, I can't evaluate this kid off of all of this perfection. How am I supposed to evaluate him when I need to see him in a tough situation rise to the occasion? So I scrapped it. I said, let me stop watching all these games just destroying people. I went to his career and I said, where are all the ranked teams? He played 7 ranked teams in his career. I don't remember all 7. I know Vanderbilt was twice. Clemson, and I forgot exactly which teams, but I know Vanderbilt was twice because for some reason they the ones picked him off the most. And I remember evaluating the better competition. And when I watched those 7 games and I'm looking, now remind you, I don't have all 22. I'm watching like the highlight reels. I didn't have but still, even on the highlight reels, I said, man, and it wasn't just his highlight reels, the game highlight reels, right? And I'm like, here's the film I want to see. Because these teams are actually, even if the receiver is beating his guy, it's only 2 feet and it ain't 8. I like that better. He ain't got 6 seconds. He got 2 and 3 seconds. Okay, let me evaluate these. And I saw him play night and day. I saw him literally, and let me make this clear, not struggle, but it wasn't beautiful like it was with the other teams. He would have a horrible first half, like, this ain't looking good. They putting that pressure on you, you fumbling, you making picks that doesn't make sense, that, the ball placement isn't perfect. And then in the second half, he'd murder them. But you saw the areas of, it's not looking good. And then in the second half, he brings them all the way back and he's amazing. So it was like but you kind of see, man. But then I focused on those 2 big games, not both games he lost, the big games, not the national championship replacement, but there were 2 other big games, one at the end of the season for a championship, like the SEC championship, and then another one in the playoffs or whatever it was, like the national. And he looked bad. And the moment I knew it, I said, The one thing I could take away from the film, yes, T Rich, LSU and Clemson. You're right. And let me break it down. I said, this is what I could take away from the film with Tua. That kid is going to come into the NFL with flawless mechanics. I remember a few years ago, pre-draft, I said Tua has flawless mechanics. This kid knows how to manipulate a safety or a defender better than anybody that I have ever seen in football. And he was a college player at the time, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that. TD believed that. Tua is flawless with mechanics. This kid would hike the ball, look to the left. He ain't going left. He looking left. He bringing that safety over. They split enough and he'll hit his guy in the middle or hit him on the other side. His mechanics were flawless. I mean, it was amazing what I was seeing. It was amazing. But Clemson and LSU got a hold of him and they got it. One of the teams before the big game said, we know how to beat Tua. We're going to show y'all. And they asked him to elaborate. He said, don't trust his eyes. If he looking to the left, he ain't going there. He's just trying to fool you for where he really want to go. Put the pressure on him. Take away that first look. And don't trust his eyes. And sure enough, they killed them in that game. They were all over Tua. They were giving him the business. But that's one game out of 20 something. You know what I mean? It's just one game. But they had a game plan and they knew how to stop him. Then the next game, I forgot which order it came in. They didn't say it before the game. They destroyed him too. And what did they do on a podium after the press conference of a national championship? Oh, we weren't worried about Tua. We knew how to beat him. We knew how to beat him. The one thing about Tua is, even if the guy is covered, he gonna throw it anyway. And we knew that. So just stick with your man, stay with him. Don't let him get open. And he's gonna throw the ball anyway. And Tua was doing that. So when I left, that's all the evaluation I could get. And I said to myself, okay, what is my final evaluation? I said, you can't just go off of 2 games. Anybody could figure somebody out in 2 games and then they can come back and adjust, but he never had a chance to adjust. These were his biggest games. And I'm like, what do you know? I know that he destroys the whole league, but that's easy play. I know in tighter games, it doesn't look the same, but he still put up good play. And I know in the biggest moment outside of that national championship replace Hurts win, in the biggest moments, these teams got them figured out and making them look pedestrian. Still putting up stats, but still hitting them where it hurts. I can't judge this. I don't know if he's going to be good or not as an NFL player. And I would argue with these guys on the panel and say, he's incomplete. Y'all making assumptions. We don't know that. This is the NFL. He might be that great that y'all making him seem. But I don't know. There's not enough evidence for that on the highest level. And they kept going to, remember how he came in for Hurts? That's big boy. I get it. But you can't judge a guy off of moments. And we would go back and forth. And that's the first time I heard TD's just a Tua hater. That was the first. That was the first time I got my label that I'm so proud of today. No, I'm just playing. But that was the first time. I really did get that label, bro. You're just hating on this man. You just don't want this man because you wanted Rosen. That's what they would throw in my face. Because you wanted Rosen. I'm like, no, that's not the case. I'm studying the game now. You guys helped me study this game. I never went and watched college film. Y'all got me studying. And I studied, and this was my conclusion. And I was labeled a Tua hater right then. And I knew nothing about Tua, not even as a kid. Like I learned that he was a great kid. I didn't even know anything about him. I just went to go look at film, give an analysis so I can go on the round table and talk facts. I had no interest in hating on the kid. I didn't know who he was. But I can't change my analysis. I couldn't change what I believed. This is what I believed from day one. I said incomplete. I don't know what he's going to be. And sure enough, time kept going on. He had that injury, and when he had the injury, it factored into my evaluation. And let me say this, ladies and gentlemen, what I've been telling y'all for the last 25, 30 minutes, these are all facts. This is no agenda. This is exactly how it went down on this channel. When he got hurt and it factored into his evaluation, I still said it's an incomplete. But this is what I said, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong if you done been here since day one. I said my evaluation on Tua is incomplete, but it would be irresponsible to draft him at number 5 because there are 8 players in this draft that, in my opinion, have more value than him and is almost a guarantee. It is irresponsible. Forget the playing. It is irresponsible for you to draft a guy who just had a major injury like that and have an incomplete grade. You can't draft him at 5. Well, TD, you keep hating. Where would you draft him? The second round? I'll draft him 9 or later. If you want to, trade out to 9 or 10, draft him there. But don't draft him at 5 when you got 8 guys that I felt like at the time were guarantees. I got to go look at my list, but last I checked, 3 of those guys aren't working out, but 5 of them are ballers. 3 of those guys, they didn't work out like I thought, but 5 of them are ballers. And I said, it's just irresponsible. You can't take him at 5. The Dolphins won't take him at 5. Why would you use a number 5 overall pick to take a guy who just had an injury that other players never came back from, and his pre-draft grade is incomplete for me? No, the Dolphins got to see this. It's irresponsible. Trade out, get a second rounder for next year, and draft them at 9 if you want them that bad. But at 5, I don't see it happening. And I went that whole summer. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. They not drafting no Tua at 5. It ain't no way they could draft Tua at 5. Listen, they draft him at 5. That is a huge risk that I don't think is smart at all. That was my evaluation. And I stuck with it. I'm not supposed to change it because a whole bunch of people don't like it. You got to stand on what you believe and not change it because the masses are looking at you side-eye and calling you a hater. These are facts. TD said I would draft Tua as long as it's 9th or later. I said that. Draft him. If you get him 9, draft him. If he fall to 16 at that pick we got, draft him. I said that. I just said you can't draft him at 5. You're leaving meat on the bones if you do that. No, that's irresponsible. And then Mike Tannenbaum, I heard him a few weeks later, the Dolphins are irresponsible if they draft Tua at 5. And then I saw how people killed him and ripped him apart. I said, man, I agree with what he said. It's irresponsible. That was the origin of the Tua. I was a hater when I was giving that honest analysis when I didn't even know the kid. They say I hate him now. I didn't even know him when I first started talking about him. I had to go learn about his game. And time went on, and I said, okay, here's what Tua struggles with in those big games. He struggles with ball placement in those big games when it's tight coverage. Sometimes he hesitates when it's a tight window, but when it's wide open, he let it rip, big play. But when it's a tight window, he hesitates. So on this NFL level, I don't know. He very rarely throws it across the middle of the field unless it's like wide open. I said all these things, but I said he'll always have flawless mechanics. In year number 1, he struggled. Everybody said it was the hip. And the only point I made about Tua in year number 1, then why did you draft him at number 5? You don't draft nobody in number 5 if you don't expect them to come in and contribute day 1. Why did you draft them at 5? Everybody let the hip be the excuse year 1. Throwing picks in practice, don't know the playbook, X, Y, and Z. Okay, COVID, okay, whatever. But this is why I was irresponsible. Look at these other guys drafted at 1, 6, and all of that. Day 1 contributors. Regardless of their situation, still day 1 contributors. This is why you shouldn't have got them at 5. And then when he played, some of the same concerns I had at Alabama, they showed themselves in the NFL. Well, you'll see, bro. He's going to pick it up next year. It's just the injury. And all I was doing was saying to people, well, can you acknowledge my pre-draft evaluation after year 1 so far is correct? I wasn't wrong. Yeah, but you're going to be wrong. I don't get how that works, but okay. This is exactly what I told you. Year 2 comes. More of the same, just more playing time doing it. Same issues that I was concerned about. And yet again, it's still the hip. And now going into year 3, he'll be 100% cured from it. So we're going to use the hip excuse in year 2, plus the coach and everything else in the system. And it still was irresponsible to draft him at 5 because you still don't know going into year 3. Year 3 is here. Game 1. Same old, same old. When you watch the film, same issues. And here we are today. And the point of all of this, me outlining this for you all, is to tell you how I got to the point I am now. It's because I'm tired. From day 1, before we drafted him, my first initial evaluation of him, I was fair. And as time went, that evaluation has been true. And I'm still waiting on him to change it, as many of you are. Still waiting on him to say, TD, your evaluation was wrong. I mean, it was right at the time, but it ended up being wrong. And I'm tired. You know why I'm tired? Because it's not about him. It's not about the fans. It's about the fact that when I went on that journey and I changed my attitude and I said, I'm going to be a GM and I'm going to tell everybody what it's going to take for us to win and why we're not real time. We're not going to win like this. And I don't know why they did it. It sounds negative. And we're going to win like this. I'm glad they did it. It sounds positive. Two was one of those things that they got wrong. And I was nice as long as I could about it. But now I got to sit here knowing what's going to happen and wait. It's like, y'all ever in elementary, I don't know if some of y'all are math heads. I don't know if you were the person in your class that everybody got 100 question math test early in the morning. And you were the one who they said, when you're done, turn your paper over. Most people going to take 30 minutes on it. But 7 minutes later, you're the one turning your paper on it, and you making sure you're loud too, so people can hear it, so they know, oh, I'm done. You turn it over, and you sit back, and the teacher look up from her desk, and you like, yeah, I'm done. And everybody around looking at you like, dang, he done? I'm on number 30, and he did all 100? But and it's a satisfying feeling. But there's one thing that you don't think about when you do that. Them other 23 minutes, you got to sit there and wait on everybody. After about 5 minutes of feeling proud, now you're like, God, dog, I wish it was something I could do. That's where I'm at. I been knew what was going to happen. And this ain't no I told you so moment. I already know what's going to happen. The depressing and frustrating part about it now is it going to be another year or is it going to be another 3 years for us to finally figure it out? That's the frustrating part, because at least on the math test, I know I only got 23 minutes. But in this situation, I got another year or another 3 years, but I know what's going to happen. At this point, I know what's going to happen. And it's frustrating because you're like, what are y'all not like? This is where you get mad at the people around you. Like, and I'm being vulnerable tonight. I'm being honest, open and honest. This is where you get mad about with the people around you. Like, what are y'all not freaking seeing? Like, gosh, man. See, 3 years from now, when we move on, everybody be like, yeah, it's time. But what about me? I'm sitting there like, bedtime, wasting my freaking years like Xavier Howard. Sitting like, man, gotta wait on them. And you in the math class, it gets to the point that after a few weeks of class, you don't need to slap your paper over anymore and prove I finished again before everybody. Now you sitting there hitting your neighbor. You trying to get everybody to hurry up so bad that you like, number 36 is 8. Number 37 is 49. Now you're helping everybody cheat because you're so bored. Now you're trying to give them the answers. But it's even worse now because number 39 is 8. Man, leave me alone. I'm still on number 4. I got this. Think you know it all. That's what you're dealing with now. You can't even help nobody cheat now. They not even going to finish the test in time, and they got an attitude with you. Teacher, can I get another test? Can you give me the Skylar Thompson test? That's about all you could do. Can you give me the Teddy Bridgewater test? Let me just do something else. It is what it is at this point, man. And when I say, and I'm nervous, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Tua Near's gonna love to hear what I'm about to say. Tua Near's gonna love to hear what I'm about to say. This is what I'm nervous about. In the right games, he all of a sudden ball out, and he trash in other games. Like that's a possibility too. You know how you always get them anomalies? You get them anomalies like, we'll beat Baltimore. He'll still give you mediocre play, but you'll be like, we won. And then for the first time, we'll blow the Bills out. And y'all know what that's going to do to everybody. Tua's the guy. Then Cincinnati kick out behind. Yeah, but he beat Buffalo. Everybody had bad games. Then the Jets freaking beat us. Man, hey, he struggled, but he'll bounce back. You saw what he did with Buffalo. Buffalo becomes the new Arizona game, y'all. I ain't saying that's going to happen at all, by the way. I'm just saying, I'm nervous. I know what he is. It's the same thing Tannehill was. He'll shock you and give you a game that you're like, maybe he is. That's why I said it's either going to be another year or 3 years. Because Tua is the guy who, if you got to be here to be a franchise quarterback, he going to be right here. He going to be right here. And he going to keep going like this. And within this process, he gonna give you games like this. Uh, 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 huh? Uh, 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 enough to keep you like, I think we need to give him another year. And ladies and gentlemen, no matter what you take out of what I'm saying right now, I want y'all to know this. I could be so wrong. I could be so wrong. He could end up being the greatest ever. And I'm like, boom, 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 like all quarterbacks. Boom, boom, boom. I could be so wrong. And I admit that. But I'm sorry that I've closed my tablet and said, this is my evaluation, put it in the file cabinet. I'm just there. I'm there already. That's where I'm at. That don't make me a hater. I evaluate it. I have a standard for what I want at quarterback. It ain't about what I want. They're going to give us what they're going to give us, but I have a standard for quarterback. Until you live up to that, I'm sorry, I don't believe in you. And nobody's going to make me believe in you. And nobody's going to tell me I'm not a fan because I don't believe in you. Because tell me how many of y'all believed in Jesse Davis. Please show me the hands of people who believed in Jesse Davis, because I didn't. And there was no reason to. Please, all these people that call me haters, tell me how much you believed in Jesse Davis. So you had a right not to believe in Jesse Davis, but I don't have a right not to believe in Tua. At least my non-belief in Tua is backed up by my own true evaluation without bias. Now, it starts to come off as biased and hate because people like me get bitter that they got to wait on the rest of the class to finish their test. So I can understand how my attitude and demeanor and my frustration and my lack of positivity comes off on these streams now. Yeah, that's where I am. I'm human. I have a demeanor too. I have emotions too. I have feelings too. And that's what you're seeing. Frustration and tiredness. I'm sick of it. Like, I mean, gosh, how bad does he have to be for you to just like I ain't asking you to give up on him, but the problem in our community, we can't even be honest about the basic stuff. We want to blame everybody for his flaws and congratulate him for any success the team has. Like, how bad? Like, come on. You can keep believing in him. Nobody can take that from you, but at least be honest about what you've seen so far. This guy ain't did diddly quiddly squat. He ain't did nothing. How many times I got to go out and watch a game showing us all the things that we already know he does well? But we want to ignore all the things he struggled at as he continues to struggle at them. So we want to just talk about, but look at what he did and what he does well. That's all. Y'all want people to be blinded. Stop talking about that. Just talk about all the dink and dunks and how accurate he is on it. Can you please stop? Gosh, yeah, he had somebody 20 yards down the field, but he chose the 5-yarder and he was sharp on it. Gosh, what more do you want? Why? And T. Rich, he not 15-7. He 14-7. Ryan Fitzpatrick had to bail him out in one of those. Let's get those stats right. Can't let y'all paint this narrative. And the last thing I want to say on that, I want to make an admission. I have become the leader in the resistance. I have. And I'm not resisting against Tua. I'm resisting at how y'all treat the rest of this team in the name of Tua. How y'all treat the rest of this team in the name of Tua. Taking a poop on everybody not without the last name Tagovailoa, as long as it makes him look good. taking the poop on everybody on this roster as long as it makes him look good. You should support the whole team, bro. Well, where are these people that supporting the whole team? They love to contradict what they say. They contradict what they say. All I heard for a whole year is how trash Jesse Davis was. But I ain't allowed to say Tua play like trash. I'm a hater. I'm the problem in the Dolphin community right now. Who would call their quarterbacks play trash? But the whole year, everybody, no problem calling Jesse Davis trash. No problem. Lorenzo said, bro, your channel is bandwagon. Well, guess what? All y'all people who want to call this channel names, we big dogs over here. We doing it big. We'll take your criticism all day. Bandwagon, yeah. In going on 2 months, we adding 2,000 subscribers. Big old bandwagon. We'll take it. Y'all can come over here, say the negative stuff all you want. But the one thing you ain't never been able to stop doing and you keep trying is to cancel this channel. You can't stop this train. You can't. You cannot stop this train because these people that's on here right now watching, they the engine and you ain't stopping them. They have opinions too. And you're not going to discount theirs with your bullying because that's all you're doing is bullying people to change what they believe. It's just like this whole society today in social media, bullying people to change what they believe, trying to bully people to change their beliefs. That's some toxic stuff. And what's funny about it, you know why this train ain't gonna ever stop? Because as long as I see you in the comment section making a comment that's negative, I don't pay you no mind because you subscribe to me. You subscribe because you got to subscribe just to talk over here. You subscribed. You one of the main reasons this bandwagon is running around the train, going down the tracks. Let's go, baby. I have done my very best to talk greasy, talk trash, troll on Twitter, all y'all 2 ears, in hopes that y'all will block me, unsubscribe. I've done all I can to get y'all to lower my numbers and get y'all out of here so we can enjoy our atmosphere. But you just won't go away. But you just won't go away. And you're subscribed. And you're criticizing the very thing that you're subscribed to. What would make me happy is when I end this stream, I look at it and I see, oh, I lost 10 subscribers. I'm going to wake up in the morning and I'm going to have another 10. So I ain't worried about it. But it's going to make me happy that I lost 10 subscribers. Yeah, I finally got in their feelings and said, well, screw you. I'm unsubscribed. I'm going to go to this channel now. They've been waiting on you. I've been waiting on you to go there. Trust me, it's certain channels that I try to get on y'all nerves so much that I'm trying to send you over there. I'm giving them free advertisement. Oh my God. Yeah. And then they pay for the dumb comments. Yeah, thank you. How can the train fail if you're eating right out of my hand with this mess? You don't like me and got something negative to say about me, but you subscribed and you paying money. See, if you like me, it makes sense to subscribe and it makes sense to say, hey, here's $5, here's 10, here's 20. I appreciate what you do. You keep me entertained. It makes sense for them people. But for y'all, oh, man, I'm winning. Every time one of my haters in the comment section saying something hateful, you're subscribed. Who's the dumb one? Calling me dumb and everything. Who's the dumb one? Rants like these When I'm done with the stream, it'll be negative 10 subscribers. I'll be like, yeah, I'm getting the job done. I'll be on Twitter. All y'all got to do is block me. Just block me. Because y'all don't understand. There is a part of me that's really trying to just get rid of all them people. They think I need them as a number. You're only supposed to get the people who rock with you, who think like you, and those who are intelligent enough that even if they don't rock with you and think like you, they respect other perspective, whether they agree or disagree. Those are mature people. Those are intelligent people. The people who can listen to something that they don't agree with, but they can see the perspective and they can continue to listen, they're intelligent and they are mature. Those who get in their feelings and want to talk negative and nasty, you're kids, and most of you are grown kids. No temperament whatsoever. It's gotten so far that people want to fight you and stuff. It's sad. But I'll keep winning. Here I am on a Friday night at almost 10:30, and you watching me. Only people that enjoy me should be watching me. But you're winning when your haters are watching you. Thank you, YouTube, for allowing to put on that button, subscriber only mode. So I know my haters got to subscribe to watch me. People on Twitter last night, bro, you don't get it. People are blocking you right now. No, you don't get it. Mission accomplished. Why do I want a timeline of people trying to rebut me and call me a hater all day? So I'm going to antagonize the heck out of them people and get them up out the door, because the people who really rock with me know what I'm really doing. Yeah, I'm being a little extra, but they know that because they actually watch me. They know when I'm serious or I'm playing. They know when I'm lighthearted or I'm really attacking. They know. They know when TD's doing something out of character. Oh, there's a reason for it. A long-term, goal-oriented reason for it. You're right, a little extra, a lot extra sometimes, because that's what it takes. Have you ever went up against the two-and-ears? It take a lot. I ain't gonna lie. That's one thing I've always given them props on. Boy, they know how to I don't know what word to use. Colonize? I don't know. They know how to, boy. They put that Tua light in the sky, they all coming. Man, oh man. They ain't no. I respect them now. They pack a punch. I respect them, but I don't back down from nobody. And y'all came in right at the right time, because I got to be honest with y'all. Y'all came in when I had like 12,000 subs, maybe 8, but them 8,000 was a strong group that grew with me, and they ride with me no matter what. So I got a line a little bit, and they know that ain't me. The way I've acted over the last year and a half, it ain't me. It ain't even my character. But sometimes you got to take them shoes off and get in that mud with them. And I know how to. Oh, I know how to, and that's what I'm doing. All these people coming for me, attacking me, even Tua trainer Nick Hicks still keep on trying to antagonize on Twitter. Oh yeah, I got something. And they be so mad at me, bro. Like they would send me so many hateful messages, and now my new thing is I just agree with them. You ain't no real Dolphin fan. Shh, don't tell nobody else. Bro, you just a troll. This guy gets it. That's how I hit him on Twitter all day. You just sit around tweeting all day, ain't got nothing else better to do. Man, stop telling people my business, bro. Nobody respects your opinion. Thanks for responding. You act like you matter, like you got a say in this community. Didn't you just say something to me? Like, I come at them all day and they hate it and they just don't stop. I'd be like, I didn't find my way on your timeline. You found your way on mine. I don't go out there responding to other people. Y'all find y'all way on my tweets. And I ain't gonna lie, on Twitter, I use the Skip Bayless approach. Even if it's outlandish and I got an opinion, put it out there. Let them fight and call me an idiot and everything. All y'all doing is getting me publicity. Every night y'all rip me apart, I see 40 something new subscribers, and then they say, who is this guy? They come on YouTube. Oh, I didn't even know you exist. I saw you on Twitter. That's why I tell my real subscribers over here, don't pay attention to me on Twitter. Don't pay attention to me on Twitter. It doesn't reflect the 100% of my views. Sometimes I'm beyond extra on there because my biggest haters on there, but it's a lot of people on there that don't know I exist. So I play around in that arena. But yeah, man, I'm telling y'all now, I have my evaluation. I know what Tua is, what he's going to be, what his ceiling is. This year is going to be a roller coaster. You're going to have some exciting moments in games. He's going to hit Tyreek on some deep ones here and there. Who wouldn't? In some games, you can be like, what the heck? I already have my conclusion. It don't mean it's going to be right, but my conclusion is my conclusion. It is what it is. I don't hate Tua, but if that's how they want to label me, I'll embrace it. It ain't hurting me to embrace it. It is what it is. But I know I don't see him as my future quarterback, and he going to have to change that, not me. I don't see it. And anybody that does see it, you're going off of hope. You have no evidential proof. You have nothing that says, look at how he does this. That's going to translate into our franchise quarterback. Finn said Tua Tagovailoa has the highest QB win percentage. Okay. Versus Super Bowl winning head coaches in NFL history. Minimum 6 such starts. Stop hating, TD. I told y'all they'll find a stat anywhere to justify him. 7 wins against Super Bowl winning coaches. Why the heck should I care about that when 4 of them are with the Tom Brady list Belichick? When everybody knows that everybody knows that Tom Brady made that team now. 7 wins, 4 of them are Belichick with the worst teams he has ever had. You see the stats they pull out to justify Tua's quote-unquote greatness? This is what I be talking about. I wonder who the other 3 coaches is so that I could see what kind of team they got now. I wonder who the other 3 coaches are. This is a prime example right here on the screen, y'all, that I be talking about. They hold on to stuff like this. The weakest teams Belichick has ever had. This is what they hold on to. This is why they say give Tua $500 million pretty much. It's all right, though. They have a right to live in their beliefs. You ain't going to push them on me. All right, I think we had another super chat. I don't want to miss y'all super chats. So I appreciate those who are donating. I feel bad when I miss them. Here come another one. Tuaneers know how to find the strangest, most irrelevant stats to support their views. Just watch the film. It shows the truth. Love you, TD. You took it right out of my mouth. I mean, because that comment was up before I even said what I said. Zach said, all them stats just to be ranked 22nd QB last year and the 26th right now, according to PFF. Oh, no, they got a war against PFF right now. They mad at PFF. But all year last year, they used PFF rankings to justify how bad our O-line was. But now they got a war against PFF. No, you should look at QBR, not PFF. Let me tell y'all something. Let me teach y'all something. For those who don't know football, let me teach y'all something. Watch this, because some of y'all on this stream don't even know the difference. Let me teach y'all something. PFF is as fair as it gets. And let me explain why. Let's take QBR, which is the worst way to measure quarterbacks. Let's take QBR. Watch this. It's so basic. Okay. I'm a quarterback. You're a quarterback. We both throw 10 passes in a game. We both complete all 10 passes. Okay? We both got 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. So we both did the same thing in the game, right? But watch this. Here's the 10 passes that we threw. I threw 10 passes that were screen passes that went 50 yards each, and I ended the game with 500 yards. Okay, watch this. I threw 10 screen passes, completed them all. All 10 of them went 50 yards, and I had 500 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions on the day. You threw 10 passes, and you threw 10 50-yard bombs and completed all 10. Had 500 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Exact same stats. Exact same stats. We both got the same QBR. We both got the exact same QBR. And you want me to care about QBR. We got the exact same QBR for the day. So you ain't better than me, and I ain't better than you. You ain't better than me, and I ain't better than you. We the same. We just as good as each other. I'm just as good as you, Brady. I'm just as good as you, Mahomes. I don't want to hear that. I know my 10 screen passes. They had to break 3 tackles on everyone and use their athleticism and speed to get down there, but I still got the 500 yards just like you. No, I get that. A win is a win. I'm not talking about that, okay? A win is a win. That's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about. Because if you were stuck to have to pick a quarterback, if Tua had an injury that ruined his career and he's done now, and you got both of those 500-yard quarterbacks, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and you had to pick one, oh, does it matter now? Does it matter now? Do you have a preference, or are you going to say, I'll take either one of them? I'll take either one of them. Does it matter now? Could you just say you'll take either one of them, or are you going to pick the guy who threw the 50-yard bombs? See, if you can answer that, that's what I'm talking about. Stop trying to brush it off. A win is a win. A win is a win. Stop. Y'all don't want to face reality. Y'all want to brush it off. Somebody said chicks dig the long ball. But yes. But guess what PFF does? PFF says, oh, I'm going to give you credit for them 10 screen pass completions. But as soon as he broke that tackle, that's where your credit ends. And then on top of it, if you complete a 5-yard pass and you had a wide open 20-yard pass, I'm going to give you 2 points for the completion, but not the 5 points because you didn't make the right read. That's the epitome of Tua, by the way. That's why Tua may have a good QBR or rating, but the PFF be bad. Because Tua will throw in the flat when he got a wide open 30-yard pass. Tua will throw the 7-yard slant when he got a wide open go route. Tua will throw the check down when he got a wide open guy sitting in the zone for 15. But all y'all see is it's a completion. The man had 80% completion. What you want him to do? Mike McDaniel said it himself. Make the correct reads. That's where y'all lose it. I mean, he threw the ball well. He had high completion. Y'all are ignoring the fact that he does have a high completion, but he ain't making the right decisions. Every completion ain't created equal. If you got somebody open for 20 and somebody open for 5, and right here in front of you, you have the capability of making both throws, I'm going to give you the ultimate credit for making the 5? That's what QBR and rating does, not PFF. Not PFF. PFF goes over every category, every situation. You had a clean pocket right here. You had a clean pocket right here and a wide open receiver. You didn't throw the ball. Matter of fact, you held it an extra second. Now the pressure is coming. I'm not saying that the pressure coming, that's why you couldn't throw it. You had a clear window right here, and the pressure only came because you didn't get rid of the ball in time. PFF counts that. QBR and rating and all of that, they don't count that. They don't count that. They don't. You got sacked. Rating don't count that. No, rating counts you got sacked. PFF counts why you got sacked. If it wasn't because of you, I ain't finna hurt you for it. If it was because of you, oh, you getting dinged. And here's my ultimate example. No, TD, PFF bias. How could Mac Jones have a higher rating than Tua in that game? Let me ask y'all a question. Did Mac Jones have wide open receivers all over the field the whole game? Yes or no in the comment section. Did Mac Jones have wide open receivers all over the field? Yes or no? Did our defense ball out or what? Tell me in the comment section. Yes or no? All right. So we all know he didn't have wide open receivers. He barely had anybody open, but he was making the right read. I ain't got nobody open, so I need to go after the one-on-one. Wasn't a great pass, but it was a great decision. I only got one guy open. I hit him. Nobody open. I hit the check down. He didn't have nobody open. Did Tua have wide open receivers all day? Yes or no in the comment section. Did Tua have receivers open all day? Yes or no? We went over the film. The answer is yes. Wide the freak open. And wouldn't even, it ain't that you missed the pass, you wouldn't even throw it with a clean pocket situation. And they got mad that Mac Jones was higher graded on PFF than Tua. See, PFF gets it right. They're looking at the circumstance, what was in your control. Yeah, but Tua's stats was better. Wide open, and you still should have had way more than you did. Tua could have hit half of the things he had open and would have had 450 yards. And they wonder why PFF got Mac rated higher. Oh, this is why I can't respect PFF. They got Mac Jones rated higher than Tua. This is why I can't respect PFF. You just don't understand PFF. And people don't like to respect what they don't understand. Do your research. PFF is actually one of the most accurate ones out there today. Carson Wentz, top 10 QBR last year. He got fired. Go look at Jimmy G's QBR. Same thing. Since we support PFF now, PFF said last year it's impossible to evaluate Tua behind last year's O-line. T Rich, I saw that article. I read up on what they were talking about. PFF said it was impossible to give a final evaluation on Tua, on what he will be and what he can become. They could still grade him out based off of what he put on the field and what he could, what was in his control. They just didn't have a large sample size of the great moments, but they had a large sample size of pressure and everything and how he handled it. But nobody want to talk about Joe Burrow, number one in the NFL against pressure, and Tua's one of the last. How you handle that pressure matters too. Everybody in the NFL gets pressured. You may get pressured 100 times, and I may only get pressured 50 times, but I could still evaluate that you're 100 pressures, you're 20% in it, and I'm 80% in my 50. I'm better at pressure. Just because you had 50 more, it's still a ratio. In my 50, I handle it better than you. Just because you had more, we still had them. You all will never have the same amount. It's just like if you have 100 and I got 99. I am not going to discount, well, your pressure better than mine, that's why you better. No. Pressure is pressure. When I see it, I handle it. When you see it, you don't. They just want to see him in a perfect situation so that they can evaluate those scenarios of two or more. And they felt like they didn't have enough data in the perfect situation. But guess what? This was his first game in a perfect situation, and he was a 53 PFF. That data's starting to collect now. That data's starting to collect, and it already starting out on the wrong foot. It's already starting out on the wrong foot. What do you think of Herbert's rib injury? Do you think it's the same as Tua? He played in the game after that. I mean, I wouldn't know. I would have no clue. Only him, Tua, and the trainers of both teams would know. I know he was in a lot of pain. I know that it was hurting him some. I know he made that big pass regardless, so I have no idea. I like the fact that he played through it, but who am I to judge, how much pain or how worse it was? If I was joking and trolling, I'll be comparing him to Tua. See, Herbert came back in, but that would be me joking and trolling. But real life, you can't compare who's tougher or anything like that. One could have been worse than the other. It is what it is. T. Rich said, Flores said Tua wanted to re-enter the game. I know that. So that's a good thing too. Tua wanted to come back in. But Flores was like, ooh, this is the perfect opportunity to bench him with calls. Because I'm sick of this. So Flores took the opportunity. Flores took advantage of that. Tua is not throwing pick. Let me tell y'all what Flores' issue was. Let me tell y'all what was wrong with Flores. This is where he did get it wrong. Flores knew Tua wasn't enough to do anything special, but his problem was this. He didn't have anybody last year that was good enough and special. So when you bench Tua because you're sick of the play, it makes you look bad because the guy you're bringing in for him ain't no better. Either way, he was sick of him. He was sick of him leaving opportunities on the field. Every Monday and Tuesday when we do a film study, you could see on the film why Flores was sick of him. When they do get a clean pocket and a wide open receiver, he looking at him and like, oh my gosh, he either just won't throw the ball or it's a bad throw. Flores was sick of it. But the problem is he didn't have nothing better. And that's where it made him look stupid. You were justified for, yeah, man, I'm tired of this guy. But you got to roll with him until you get something better. You can't go worse because you're tired of him. That's what Flores' issue was. So I know Flores was one of them people like, man, go get Watson. And Flores, this is what Flores did. He probably, with that whole Brady scandal, was like, nah, I ain't doing that mess. I ain't doing that, right? And then when that all fell apart and Tua was being Tua, he was like, dang, I screwed up by not tampering with Brady. Well, give me Watson. It's harder now. That's probably what happened. It's probably exactly what happened. But I know it's almost a confirmation to me that Flores was mean to Tua. And I don't care that he was. You got different kind of coaches. Some coaches gonna get up in you and be mean to you and talk crazy. That's the kind of coach he is. Unfortunately, this is a new era where you have to cater to these kids and pamper them and don't talk to them like that. They can't handle that. They feel like you don't have a right to talk to me like that. You could talk to me normal like a human. It's just how they were raised. And I get that too. I respect that too. You know, you don't want people to talk to you like that. But football has always been coaches all up in you, talking reckless. Get on your stuff. Mean, you know? But this is a new era. And Tua kind of confirmed that in the press conference this week. When they said, what's the difference between Mike McDaniel and other coaches you've had? Everybody knew they were referring to Flores, and Tua did too. And he said, when you make a mistake, you're not the worst player in the world. That's all you had to hear. Flores, when he was messing up, made him feel bad. There was even rumors that Flores called this man trash to his face in the locker room once. So, and I have no reason not to believe it. And if it wasn't that, it was something tough. Because for Tua to say, if you mess up, you're not the worst player in the world. Obviously, Flores was talking to him in moments, you're terrible. Because to say you're not the worst player in the world and to say player specifically, that means Flores said some direct things to him, like you're bad. Oh my gosh, how can you be so bad? Like Flores must have been going in. Boy, I would have paid to see that. I ain't gonna lie. I would have paid just to confirm this. Oh my God, Flores, you know he was giving this guy the business. So yeah, he was a hard nose in that locker room, boy. And it don't take a rocket scientist to come up with that conclusion. It don't take a rocket science. Somebody said, okay, all right, so after every game, we just going to bash Tua. Why not talk about how the Fins can win this Sunday? We done talked about that enough. Like, we've talked about that. And at the end of the day, guess how we gonna win Sunday? I want you to take a guess. How can we win Sunday? Take a big guess. It's gonna come back to one person again. Guess how we can win Sunday? Take a guess. When you play one of the better teams, guess one of the main ways that you can win the game. Just guess. And it ain't the defense. Trust me, they probably gonna lead the way. But they're gonna need one person to do their job at least a little bit above average. Guess who that is? It's going always. This is what I keep trying to tell people that keep saying why we always talk about Tua. Because everything revolves around him. When we in week 18 and we got to win a game and we lose because he played like trash, don't come talk about why we always have to talk about Tua, because it always end up being on him. Rookie year, Buffalo. Go play big boy football and we got a chance to go to the playoffs. Terrible performance. Trash on him. Second year, if we win out, we only got 3 games left. If we win out, 2 of them games guaranteed. We know we could beat those teams. Just beat Tennessee. Trash. Terrible. On him. People kill me with that. Why we always talk about Tua? Because our success overall this year is going to hinge on him. The defense is only going to carry us so many games. They already carried us in the New England game. Just like last year, the defense won the New England game. Just like last year, the defense took care of us in the New England game. They can only win us but so many games. If we make the playoffs this year with Tua, then what is everyone going to say? We've already said it. This team with Tua, he could be the exact same he was last year. This talent, we're supposed to make the playoffs. That ain't no revelation. You mean to tell me adding Teron Armstead, Cedric Wilson, Connor Williams, Tyreek Hill, Mostert, and Chase Edmonds, and leave Tua out of this. Adding those 6 guys ain't worth one more win or 2 more wins? Them alone? Don't consider any growth from Tua. The same old Tua. You mean to tell me those 6 guys ain't worth 2 more wins in this season? Armstead and Tyreek alone should be worth that. We're supposed to make the playoffs this year. At a minimum, wild card. That ain't an evaluation on Tua. See, Tua led us to the playoffs. That ain't that. We should have made it the previous years. But with the talent we got now, Tua could be the same guy he was his first 2 years. This roster's still supposed to get 11 wins. Supposed to. So we make the playoffs with Tua. That ain't no revelation. Now you win a game or 2 in the playoffs. Now let's talk. Now let's talk. Go to an AFC championship. Now let's talk. Now you talking. Now you got a question for me. Y'all trying to find things that you know will happen to justify him. Well, when we make the playoffs, if we make the playoffs for Tua this year, then what? No, you can't find that and then try to give him the credit for it. If that's the case, then why did we bring in Tyreek and all them? We should make the playoffs. You're right. If we stay healthy, I think it will be a good year for us fans. I agree. That's the point, though. But you said, then what if we make it with Tua? This team finally lived up to his minimum expectations. That's all it tells me. That's it. That's all it tells me. We just lived up to our minimum expectations. Good job. We in the playoffs finally. Finally. Now you go into the first round and play Kansas City or Buffalo and get waxed. What does that tell you? Why does McDaniel have so much faith in Tua? Because he got his job off of it. I would too. Give me a few million. All y'all haters. Give me a few million. All y'all haters. Tua better than Brady. His career. Give me a few million. Head coaching job. Why does McDaniel have so much faith in Tua? McDaniel ain't got no freaking faith in Tua. McDaniel believe he could win games with Tua. Just like Flores won games with Tua. like make it make sense. When you say, I believe we could win games with Tua, that ain't saying nothing. You just won a game and he ain't play good. That ain't no endorsement. That's window dressing to show support, but not dig yourself in a hole at the same time saying something reckless. Now you come out there and say, I believe we will win a Super Bowl with Tua. He's that good. Yeah, let me hear that. Let me hear that. Step out there. Be a big boy. Let's go. How much do you really believe? Bet you if Brady came on this team, man, when you get a guy like this, you expect Super Bowls. I bet you that's the first thing come out of his mouth. Why does he believe in Tua so much? That man gave y'all the most political friendly answer he could give, and y'all ate it all up. Mike McDaniel believes we can win with Tua. We've been winning with Tua. We've been winning with Tua. That ain't no revelation. That ain't new. Just like y'all believed y'all could win with Jimmy G. You did win with Jimmy G. And then you go and draft a quarterback to replace him. Oh, come on, man. Start reading between the lines. I mean, this stuff is common sense. Y'all looking for everything that's said to be an endorsement to validate how you feel about them, and like you want validation. If Mike McDaniel believe in them, I must be in the right direction. Y'all be looking for this stuff to validate your feelings, and that's why you're so blinded. You look for certain words to validate how you feel in your evaluation, and you know deep down inside, even y'all got conflict with your evaluation. But that's why you seek out all the good things to reaffirm how you feel. Some of y'all spend all day typing in Tua Tagovailoa on Twitter or in Google and YouTube just to see anybody saying anything good, anybody saying anything positive, anybody saying anything that makes me feel good about how I feel about him. Some of y'all know that's true. But deep down in your spirit, even you conflicted. Like, dang, Tua, come on. Just bust out the gym with one of these Mahomes type games. Like, give me a 5 touchdown day and light it up. Give me them go routes like you had in college and just, them 400-yard, 5 touchdown games from Alabama. Give me one of those. Some of y'all deep down in your soul begging for it. Like, give me one. Please give me one. Every week, y'all like, please just give me one. And the closest thing you got to it was Arizona. The closest. The closest you've got to it was Arizona. Everything else is a constant battle of, this is half of what I saw in Alabama. It ain't even close to Alabama, but it's okay. He in the NFL, though, and, we going to make this look better than it is. I know I'm hitting some spots right now because it's true. It's true. You spend all day searching for your validation of what you believed and what you want him to be. And you just can't get none of y'all have ever gotten the assurance yet. Like, all y'all are like, it's coming. Like, y'all want one game just to prove it so you could hold on to that for the next 10 games. It's y'all the ones battling yourself more than anybody else inside. Because even y'all got to admit, he just ain't did it yet. He ain't had one of the moments. He ain't had one of those moments. And even when, I ain't going to say if, I'm going to say when, because I know he going to have one of the moments this year. Look at the talent he got. He had a bad game and put up 270 yards. Talent. Chase Edmonds breaking tackles, Tyreek breaking tackles, snatching balls that should have been picked down, all this stuff. Oh, that's talent. I wouldn't be surprised if Tua shock everybody and have a 400-yard game one week. Some bum team playing zone the whole time, and Tyreek just feasting 200 yards for Tyreek, 120 for Waddle. Y'all just waiting. He gonna have one of them this year. The talent says that. And that's gonna be y'all new validation. And that's gonna be enough for 3 bad games. He can have 120 yards the next week and 3 picks and no touchdowns. But did you see him the week before versus the Lions? Everybody had bad games. This was just one of them Tennessee games. Did you see Aaron Rodgers the first week of the year? Did you see Joe Burrow the first week of the year? That's what y'all gonna do. I'm ready for it. I already know what time it is. So when he have one of those games, trust me, it's not gonna be enough. You got to put by 6 of them games together in a year. 320 or better at least 6 times in a year. That's when you know, hey, this guy hitting the right direction, especially with this talent. Some guys with this talent to do it 8 to 10 times in a season. 8 to 10 times. Easy. Anyway, man, listen. The wife done, so I'm gonna go hang out with her for the rest of the night. We were gonna watch some old Ravens film, But listen, I thought this was more important to have this conversation. Hopefully, y'all have a good grasp and understanding where I'm coming from with what I was telling y'all early in the stream. Um, but yeah, man, like I said, my evaluation is my evaluation. It is what it is. And only one person can change it at the end of the day. Only one person. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. This TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Tomorrow, Saturday. Hopefully, y'all have some fun with your families. I might be doing something later tomorrow evening with y'all. Thank you, TD, for keeping it 100. I always do. That's all I could do. All right. Um, but y'all make sure you hit the like button on your way out. We had like 450 people in here at one point, but only 242 likes. That's pretty big for a Friday. Friday is usually the lowest stream numbers. Usually it's like 150 to 200 people because most people doing something on Friday. So we had 450 people in the building, man. So appreciate y'all coming through. Huh? That's scummy. Oh, cat like thief said green screen. Nah, why green screen don't light up like that, man. Green screen to be going crazy with lights. But now, you know, got you known. Yeah. Oh. Ugh. Get some wine since we're gonna shoot a OnlyFans later. You gotta go ahead and grab the wine out, you know. Nah, you know she having a baby in 3 weeks, so she can't drink. But I'm grabbing the wine out. So have a good old night. Y'all go check out the OnlyFans. You know, this should be a good one. But no, this ain't a green screen. This is the real setup now. So why do you use a green screen when the background is so nice? I don't use a green screen anymore. I know I was using a green screen. Here's why, because I don't stream it here all the time. And that green screen is actually a similar setup, but that's when I do the long room form. When I do the whole room, I put that's usually Christmas time. I rearrange the room, I put the Christmas tree, the recliner, and I do all of that. So if you go back to the episodes with the green screen, you'll see the Christmas tree, the recliner, and all of that. And I back the camera up and I stretch the whole room. So this is about what you're seeing is about 60% of this room, 70%, but it's like another 30%, another 5 or 6 feet that you're not seeing. So what happened was this: in the winter, we do a lot of traveling in the winter. We're back and forth, you know, different places in the country, Miami, here, there, Texas. We're all over the place quite a bit. So what happens is I'm not in my studio. So I started this 2 years ago. I did a screenshot of my background. So I take a screenshot so that all I got to do is bring my green sheet with me so that when I'm out of town and I'm in Texas, I put the green sheet up and I put my background behind me on a green screen form when I'm out of town so it still looks like I'm in my studio. So that's why I use a green screen. And sometimes when I get back home, I'll go on this wall, a whole different wall and a whole different setup I have, and I'll just put the green sheet up and say I'm a stream from here because I don't feel like moving my cameras and equipment. So TD having twins. No, we know we having one. All right. Listen, 6 is it. This is going to be the child number 6. That is it. That's it. I'm 37 right now. Okay. That's gonna put me at 55. At 55, that is it. I'm done with y'all. Bye. Let me know when the grandkids here. Other than that, bye. Bye. Y'all don't know. 6 kids? I mean, I done had my fair share of diapers. I done had my fair share of changing them middle of the night service because I don't believe in, you know, the wife doing anything in the middle of the night when the baby comes. Already just had birth and went through all of that. So I'm a soldier. For the first year, I always have my child. So for the first year, every little anything at night is me. Stay resting. Get your rest. Get your rest.
true, guys.
I make sure for the first year, listen, you get your rest. I will deal with the baby every night, all through the night. Give me me. Give me me.
I'm giving you.
Give me me.
I'm up with you. I'm just pumping milk for you, but you're doing all those diaper changing, feedings, and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got to get up and you pump and do things like that, but
he takes, he does. He lets me rest.
Yeah, so
he's amazing.
But yeah, man, I feed the baby, change the baby 3 times, 4 times a night, whatever it take, and I be exhausted the next day, but I keep it going. So yeah.
Yeah, somebody said TD's getting fixed.
TD's getting fixed.
Yeah.
Don't lie to people. The wife getting fixed. Sup, TD? Have fun on CB channel. Fins up 2720. I hope so, man. We'll get it. But yeah, man, the wife getting fixed. And
TD's a
Tua bash bot. Go up bash bot. Amazing couple. Sometimes when she act right, I gotta get in shape sometimes, gotta make sure she act right.
Yeah, he really is, y'all. He literally lets me. I never forget one of the funniest moments with our first son together, Carter. I had woke up and I was literally just all refreshed, and I was like, "Good morning," and he had been up the entire night. His eyes were bloodshot red, and I was just like, "Oh, this motherhood stuff is easy," because it was my first baby and not his. And he looked over at me and was like, "How did you not hear him crying all night?" And I felt terrible. I was almost in tears because he took care of everything so I could sleep. It would take the baby out the room, and I did not hear a thing. Just so I could rest and recover from my C-section. So he really is. He's amazing. And he didn't do that for just a week. He did that for like a year. I would get up in the middle of the night and check on you and pump, but this man, let me tell you something. That's why I will defend my husband. Do not come for him. I do not care. That's an amazing husband and father right
Y'all see how she talking me up, y'all? Ooh, this OnlyFans about to be lit. No. Hey, baby. Hey, you making me feel good. He is
the truth. I will advocate. There are good men out there. There are good fathers out there.
See, she getting them OnlyFans points right now. I'm telling y'all, boy. Ooh. What? I'm telling you, hey, baby. I'm telling you, I'm gonna pour me a glass. You done already, hey, you done started something.
He plays too much and he gets on my nerves, and he's solid. He is so solid.
I'm solid.
100%. Such a keeper.
OnlyFans solid.
Such a keeper.
Oh man, see, I ain't nothing but a big joke, y'all. I enjoy my life. Listen,
he is, y'all. He doesn't.
I could be homeless and enjoy my life. I'm going to enjoy my life. I be under a bridge. I be telling my wife, if I was ever homeless, I'd be just fine. I'm going to get my little cot.
We want that to happen.
Yeah, we don't want it to happen. But if I'm ever homeless, I'm gonna go get my little cot. Find me. I'm gonna hook us up. Find us a little area by a bridge. Well, we're gonna have a lit little homeless camp. We're gonna be good. Oh, I'm gonna be making joy, but we gotta figure out a way. I'm gonna be on them corners getting them donations. Hey, I'm gonna be honest though. I just gotta keep my cell phone on so I can film a TDPHINSTALK. Oh man, no more green screen, scummy. I gotta go from the phone. I ain't got electricity, man. Hey.
Who's paying your phone bill in that case?
Hey, the channel gonna have to pay the bills then. We'd actually have to use the channel money to pay bills at that point. Hey, I'll be like, hey, now I'll be asking for donations. Hey, y'all, thank you for tuning in to TDPHINSTALK. Thomas Allman just donated. Oh, thank you, Thomas. We need it, man. You see us out here under the bridge. Y'all see it. Wife, can he buy real dolphin gears so he can get rid of the green screen? Why they keep saying that?
This is actually real dolphin gear.
Hey, listen, man. Thank you for donating, Tommy. Can y'all please donate some more and help?
All that is real dolphin gear.
Help me out. Send the donations, man, please. $2, $5, $1, 38 cents. Just help us, man. Listen, man.
Because life and death lies in the power. Can you stop?
But yeah, okay. I ain't gonna speak it, but at the same token, you know how I am though. No matter what happened in life, I'm gonna keep my joy.
You're way too worried.
Yeah, I wait to worry. I'm gonna keep my joy. God got me out here temporarily. This is a test. I told y'all about the story of Job. Listen, you can take my life through whatever you want to take it through. The devil ain't gonna steal my joy. Because that's the only reason people go through what they go through, because the devil testing you because he know he can get to you and make you deny God. Yeah,
I ask you that all the time. Like,
she always confused about that. Why doesn't that bother you?
Why does nothing ever?
Because it's none of my business what other people think about me. None of my business. And what gets me is that nothing gets to me. Nothing gets to me. People be like, well, obviously it gets you. You be responding to these people. I enjoy the response. It's conversation. It's an opportunity to clap back.
Oh, yeah. They don't know. We got to film
positivity.
Because you're a debater. Everybody in our whole entire family.
Yeah, I'm a debater.
You like to argue and debate with
I don't
people.
argue. I just bring facts. That's it. Just bring facts.
So the haters actually kind of fuel his shenanigans and make it worse.
But I don't believe in losing twice. I don't believe in losing twice. Let's say, you get kicked out your home and you homeless. You took an L. Let's call it what it is. You lost. You took an L. Why in the heck am I going to give myself an L and go into this mental depression? This misery, depression.
People can't help that.
People can't help it. But that's why I always encourage people, strengthen your mind, strengthen your resolve, practice it. Don't wait for something to happen to practice it. Speak it in advance. If this happened, I'm good anyway. I'm all right. It don't matter. Man, how am I going to pay this? It's all good even if I don't pay it. It's bad, but what? I'm not going to lose twice. Some people lose 3 times. You lose worrying about what's going to happen. And then if it happened, you lost. And then you depress after and you lose again. Listen, don't lose in your life more than once on every occasion. Do not lose in your life more than once. The only thing you should lose at is the occurrence. Your mind right after that, trouble don't last always. Whether it was your fault or not, whether you put yourself in it or not. I told y'all I've been through depression, real depression before. Real depression. So I get it. I get it. And I'm telling y'all, don't lose more than once, ever. And 90% of what you worry about don't even come to pass. 90% of what you worry about don't even come to pass, or at least to the degree you thinking. Don't do it. That's why people are held back. If I was still operating that way, TD Fans Talk would never be here. I'd still be in depression, using other substances and stuff to make me feel better, but losing all my ambition, losing all my drive, losing all my purpose, losing all my desire to do better for my family. You get in this rut. You get in this hole. You get in this constant scrolling because every day is just the same thing over and over. Man, a lot of us just need to get our ambition back. Get your ambition back. Get it back. And if there's anything that you're doing to help with it that's toxic, you got to first work on removing that out of your life, because those are the things just making you comfortable living in that negative state. Those are the things that make you comfortable living in that negative state. And as soon as I remove mine and I start trusting in what God is capable of, my whole life was 180. I'll be always saying 360 on the turnaround, but it was 180. It was 180. But you got to live it and you got to believe it and you got to walk it. And I ain't perfect, but at the same token, I remember who's responsible for every blessing in my life. I know who was responsible for every blessing in my life. Yeah, you the blessing of my life.
Somebody asked,
you're going to be blessed tonight. Stop it. How old is your oldest? My oldest is 17, about to graduate high school. This is her senior year. Her senior year. This is it. She about to go to college. 5.0 student in school. 5 point something. I got to go look at the report card again. Like when we were going to school, you can go up to a 5.0, but she's like 5.3 or something like that.
School, top of her class. She's amazing.
Yeah.
2020 flaunt. Billy said, sad face. 2020 flaunted many people out.
Yeah, it did. It did. 2020 through all of this. Thomas Allman said, I spent 10 years rebuilding my credit. Got a car, got a house, insurance didn't cover a man-made flood. Wow, lost everything. Now I pay more for a one-bedroom apartment than a mortgage. How can I be thankful? Listen, because let me say this, Thomas. You went through a lot, and that's tough, bro. Everything you just said is tough. But I would urge you to remember what's the most important thing in life. Do this for me. Inhale and exhale. You got that. You see that air that came in and out of them lungs just now? That's the most important thing to be thankful in life. As long as you have that, you should be thankful. You should be happy about it. I know it becomes hard sometimes, but you have that. And you know what that gives you? That gives you an opportunity to turn that whole situation around, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's in a week, whether it's in a month, whether it's in a year, whether it's in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20, whenever it happens, however long it takes to happen. It took you 10 years to get on the right foot. You got air to do another 10, but guess what? In them 10 years that it took you, you became wiser. You know how to do things more efficient. So let's get back on the journey. This is exactly what the devil does. But I promise you, Thomas, as soon as you realize that it's the devil that's trying to make sure that you have no reason to be thankful, once you realize that and you become thankful again and you show him that he can't faze you, watch God work, bro. Watch God work, man. I'm telling you. But you got to believe that. If you don't believe it, you're just doing it like, let's see. No, you believe it. Because let me tell you, even if the evidence isn't in front of you, your belief alone is going to drive you to go do it again and do it tenfold, bro. You're going to do it even bigger in less time. In less time, bro. I'm telling you. I welcome that. Go ahead. Let me fix my credit. Let me get my car, my house, and give me that. I'm arrogant with the devil. That's how I am in today's world. I talk to him. Go ahead, take my car, devil. Go ahead, give me that man-made flood. Come on. Let's go, baby. Come on. Because you ain't going to stop me from denying them. Watch out. You're going to get murked anyway. Let's go. Give it to me. Give me a big punch. Oh, that's what you giving me? All right, let me show you something. Oh, look at me, devil. Yeah, I'm struggling. You think it matters to me? And guess what? I believe that's why the devil don't bother me, because I expect him to. I don't go around hoping nothing happens to me in life. I expect the devil to come and mess with me. I expect it. When he ain't bringing something to worry about, I'm like, where you at? Where you at? Where are you at? There you go, my boy acting out in school. That's all right. We good. Let me pray with him at night. Show the devil, because one way he gets to you is trying to get to you through your kids too. But listen, man, it's a mentality. It's a mentality. You enjoy that one-bedroom apartment, and guess what? You fight off this situation. Because you here on this stream, you watching me right now, you donated $10. Thank you. Thank you. You donating money. At the end of the day, you got life, you got a roof over your head. And at the end of the day, that same fight you had where you spent them 10 years, keep fighting, bro. Because what people need to realize is life is a fight. You don't fight for 10 years to build your credit, get a car and a house, and then the fight is over. That's where a lot of people fail. They think, oh, I've done it. I've accomplished it. No, life is a fight. You got to keep fighting. It never stops. When you get through one thing, you do yourself a favor expecting the next thing, not just saying, let me live in bliss now. Let me live in my greatness. Expect it. Once you start expecting it and already got a mentality that it ain't going to faze me, I'm telling you, bro, it's all good. You're going to see. Nothing's going to be that serious. And then you're going to be looking at blessings come your way in so many different ways. You're going to be like, dang, I was wondering how I was going to do this, this, and this. And all of a sudden, I can do this, and this. Just remember the roles out here, man. There are roles that are being played. People act like the devil ain't got a job. Don't get mad at him for doing it. I ain't never mad at the devil. He doing his job. Go read the story of Job, especially you, Thomas. The story of Job is a great one for you. It's the story I love the most. I'm still learning the Bible. I'm still reading it with my wife every morning, chapter by chapter, learning about this, learning about that. But the story of Job, it never let me go. Because if you want to start anywhere, that'll help you right there. The story of Job. Just go read it. Go look at what that man, go read what Job went through and tell me a man-made flood matters. Go read the story of Job, bro. I'm telling you, man, the devil got a job. Don't be mad at him. I ain't got nothing against the devil. He gonna always do his job. He gonna always do his job. Why you get mad at people for doing it? Why not saying the Tua is the devil, but just like the Tua, I always tell y'all, they doing exactly what they supposed to do. They're fans. They want to, I mean, it's like me. Rajon Rondo, he ain't the greatest point guard of all time, but I want to put him up there with the greatest ever because I've invested in him because I'm a fan. The devil doing his job. Do yours. Do yours. And that's not to let his job take you out. All right. Adam with the donation said, TD Fins talking life lessons. You the man. Fins up. Appreciate you, Adam, man. But some people need these words sometimes. And God's blessing me right now to deliver it. He blessing me right now to bless somebody else. I don't know who I'm blessing. Maybe Thomas. It might be somebody sitting in the wings that never comment, listening right now. Get that spark that get them off their behind.
Outside the queue said, TD, how can you be sure the devil isn't working through you hating on Tua?
How can what?
He said, how can you be sure the devil isn't working through you hating on Tua?
How can I be sure the devil ain't working through me hating on Tua? Because I pray to God to make sure that the devil doesn't. And that's all I can do. That's all that's in my control. God, help me make better decisions. And remember this too. Nobody perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody. What did Kirk Franklin say?
Wait, hold on. But the question that you
hating on Tua.
He's insinuating that you are actually hating on Tua. That's his opinion.
No, that's his opinion, but I respect. Well, I respect his opinion though. But what did Kirk Franklin say?
Because I have a different analysis than you doesn't make me a hater. But go ahead.
Well, see, that's her defending me. What did Kirk Franklin? What was that thing Kirk Franklin said recently about all the disciples?
What about him?
Paul was of this, Peter was of that. Remember?
Oh yeah, like everybody that God used had some kind of
like. He read off all the people God used, most of the disciples. One was an adulterer, one was a murderer, one was a thief. One, but other people in the Bible, and they're the most prominent people that God used. You ain't gotta be perfect. That's why he sent Jesus to die for our sins, because he realized we cannot live up to the standard of being him.
But again, that's insinuating that you're actually hating.
Well, man, you worried about him saying hating.
Well,
when he read the question at the end of the day, I wanted people to get the message in and not the fact that he feels that I'm a hater.
Because y'all do know this, just like your 2 year.
Boy, she be defending me, boy.
Yeah, I will to the end of the world.
But listen, we all live in sin.
There's no OnlyFans.
Yeah, there is. we all live in sin, all right. But we still gotta make good decisions in our life and do as the best we can. God already knew that we couldn't uphold. That we couldn't be like we couldn't be perfect. He already knew that. That's why he sent Jesus. That's the moral of all of that. We couldn't be perfect. We're not going to be our flesh, who we are. Every aspect in the Bible showed you nobody has been able to live up to that standard. Nobody. And that's why he sent Jesus, because at the end of the day, we can't live up to it. So at the end of the day, stop. Nobody's greater than thou. So he will use people that aren't even the best of people to deliver a message to somebody. I'm not just trying to sit here and preach people head off, but when I'm hearing this stuff and people saying what they saying, it's giving me this word, and it's coming from, got to be coming from him, because he put it in me. He gave me the knowledge. He gave me the air in my lungs to even learn the things that I'm saying. I'm just saying, don't take more than one L in a situation. Don't. Some things are choices, and you gotta practice. You gotta practice your demeanor. You gotta practice how you handle situations. Start practicing every day, man. But I'm telling you, read your word, learn, because and I always say this to people who, whether you believe in God or not, or you're a person of faith or not, I always say this: you ain't gotta believe, but I know that the book is a way to live. It's a guide. Say you don't believe. That book is a real good life guide. That book is a real good life guide. You follow the things that book teaches you, it'll help you live a really good life. A really good life. That's one thing I always tell people, because I don't try to push my religion and what I believe on other people in their religion. I just got to worry about my own salvation in that regard. But that book, though, it definitely helps you live a really good life. And trust me, all the time, and let me be honest with y'all, sometimes I'll go on a rant about Tua, and I'll feel bad after, based off of some of the things the book says. And my wife always, she the main one to remind me, that's not good. That's not nice. That's not,
That's when you start borderline trolling a book.
yeah, I get it. See, I'm not perfect though, but I ain't perfect, and he ain't done with me yet. Okay. So I'm working through it. Okay. But yeah, man, like I say, that
you can't be more mindful of the things
yeah, I could be more mindful. I like last night when I was apologizing to on camera. Yeah. It's not who you have faith in, it's that you have faith. I agree. Have the faith, believe, even that positive energy, right? That positive energy. I just having faith in God. I know what's happening on things that I can't see, things I can't hear. I know that battles are being fought on my behalf. That's why I can kick my leg up and kick back. So that's just what I believe, y'all, man. But listen, man, like I said, we gotta go film this episode so that we can keep the lights on. Y'all see the lights off, and I gotta use the strobe light back here to get light in the room. Thank y'all for donating. Maybe that word just now was for the donations. That way we keep the lights on. Yeah. All right. You know what's funny? She be feeling so uncomfortable when I say the only fan. I don't know why. I be telling her embrace our reality.
No, it's not.
What we do?
Now you have people saying, TD, can you send me your OnlyFans link?
I got y'all. Just don't be sharing it, all right? I don't want them picking on me in Twitter. I got a little rusty. Hey, man. Okay, what we doing tonight? What? What we doing tonight?
You make me uncomfortable.
I make you uncomfortable?
Yes.
All right, man. What we doing tonight?
Just watching a movie.
Watching a movie?
Yes.
On Netflix?
Somebody says strobe light, honey. Now somebody says, TD, can you send me the link to your OnlyFans?
Netflix?
Y'all are nasty.
Netflix? Netflix?
Maybe.
And chill? Maybe?
Stop.
What? We can't watch Netflix and just kick back and chill?
Nasty.
Oh,
like
man.
15-year-old.
15-year-old energy child. Oh, man. Like I say, man, I have fun in life, all right? Have fun. And listen,
no, if
I always...
laughing, it's not fun. I tell you about
See, you heard, nope. You heard what she just said? You heard what she just said? If you're the only one laughing, then it ain't funny. See what I'm talking about? Man, you laugh. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. You can't be listen, have fun. And you're like, nope, here she goes. She be like, but it's at the expense of other people. I'm not laughing at the expense of other people. Who am I laughing at the expense
That's
of?
what got Chris Rock slapped because he sat up there, which wasn't right.
That's what got Chris Rock slapped.
No, but you're laughing at the expense of somebody else's pain. That's not funny.
Kevin Hart said, laugh at my pain.
Okay, but he's giving you permission to laugh at his pain. But nobody gave you permission to laugh at somebody else's. That's what I tell you all the time. Don't be joking at other people's expense.
Yeah, but okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It's not very nice.
Yes, ma'am. Hey.
What?
You ready?
Okay, there you go. You keep going. Okay, whatever.
You ready?
You're just a sicko.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, I'm crazy. Oh man.
You're a sicko.
Oh man. Man, I'm sorry, baby. I'm just joking with you.
Worse too. So I knew somebody was gonna comment that you have to be nasty to have 6 kids. It's the fact that we have so many children.
You have to be nasty to have 6 kids. Wow.
You make me uncomfortable.
Let me tell y'all something. If I had $100 million, I mean, if we had $100 million, how many kids would we have?
Probably, the exact same amount we have now.
We probably had like 10.
No.
Yeah, we would.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think so.
If we had 100 million, like say we won the lottery tonight, if I would maybe have one more child.
One more child. 7.
In hopes that I have one more girl, but other than that, I'd be completely content. Like,
yeah, I mean, the only thing I love kids. I love my children, and when you get older, it's something that you can smile about, like your legacies. You know. Yeah, especially a big family when you get older. Like, I imagine when I get in my 60s and 70s, I'm watching them, be in this stage right here now in my life. I'm watching them and with their kids on my land, family reunions and stuff, because especially in the African-American community, we done lost the essence of family reunions and stuff. I want that type of stuff to come back.
We do want a farm. We want to buy some land.
Buy a farm. Actually, that's funny. That's something that we're actually working on. We'll see. But yeah, man, that's why there's OnlyFans, man. We've been overtime on. Okay, I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to tell them the whole plan. Don't throw nothing at me. All right, I ain't gonna say it no more tonight. Oh man, but yeah, man. Buy a farm. I mean, that's what we that's actually one of our plans. In the very near future, actually. So
we have side hustles, Damien, and we also
side hustles,
we
yeah.
Budget very well. We budget very
well. Side hustles. And God blesses us every year. Throughout the year. It's crazy, y'all. I mean, the blessings.
Somebody said TD's telling too much. Oh my God. Yes, he is. And none of it's true. We don't have an OnlyFans.
What if they find us one day?
They're never gonna, Tony. See,
I'm just playing, babe. Obviously, I'm just playing, right?
But you're laughing at my expense.
Okay. What would you do, like, right? If, like, say you were being recorded in your most intimate moment, like your husband, like, was recording you, and they had an OnlyFans and you didn't know, and you found out like 10 years later, what would you do? Like, say me, your husband. We hypothetically just say me, your husband, but it's a hard crime to prove because it's easy for the man to just say, "Hey, she knew about it." No, but I'm just asking you, what would you do if 10 years later you found something of you on the internet and I had like this secret OnlyFans and
I would divorce you. I would file a lawsuit against you. I would call the police. That's pornography. You're posting unauthorized. That's a crime.
So you would kick me out?
I would never talk to you again.
So you kick me out our home and our land?
Absolutely. I've never talked to you again.
So in 10 years, y'all, I'm gonna be under that bridge like I was telling y'all about earlier. I'm gonna need y'all to donate. We gonna start a fund now, so I'm prepared. Baby.
TD, I have become a big fan of yours, and I'm 74 years old. I love when the Dolphins screw up. Your reaction is priceless. Richard J.
Oh my God. That's bad when they love the screw up reactions, man. But that's what's up, man. Thank you so much. That's big, man. He say he's 74 and love watching. That's huge, man. Love you, man. Love you so much. Thank you.
Too much about you now, TD. None of this is true, guys. He trolls at my expense. That's why I tell y'all, listen, I get it worse than Tua does sometimes. So take everything he says with a grain of salt. It's not true.
You get what they saying, right?
What?
2-9 finding out too much.
Who is 2-9?
2-9.
Who are they?
The 2-9ers.
So 2-9. I thought 2-9 were the anti-2-9ers.
X. Shift the Viper right.
What are you doing?
Nothing. I'm trying to get something off the screen. I don't know why it popped up.
What are you doing?
Huh?
What are the two? Wait, so are 2-9s for Tua or they're the anti-2-9ers?
No, they for Tua.
So 2-9.
They the ones that when they see you in public, man.
No! Oh my God, Flex.
No!
Oh shit! Who? Get your motherfucking dog. What's wrong with y'all?
Every time I see a 2-9 in public, that's me. I'm out of there.
The difference is between, you know what? Who started it though? Did you start it or the 2-9ers started it?
What?
I think you started it.
Started what?
Because you started antagonizing Tua. I think even before you were critical of Tua before he even became on y'all's team.
Critical.
No.
I mean, I had an evaluation of him.
He said that's him when he's running for 2-9ers. That's him.
Wow.
That was hilarious.
Oh my gosh, man.
His reaction when there's a Dolphin mistake is priceless. His facial expressions, his shock, I love it. And Richard, I promise you, Mr. Richard, that is him in real life. He's so animated.
Ain't nobody animated.
He's so dramatic. We could be talking about the housing market right now. If he's frustrated about something, he is just that.
Ooh, that housing market. I give it about 8 more months, baby, and we gonna be in the money. Yeah.
Someone said crack kills TV.
That video of crack kills TV. Yeah, it does. Lord. That was too dang funny. Dog chasing that man funny. Anyway, man, what time is it, baby? It's almost 10 o'clock. All right, you sleepy. All right, you ready for me to wake you up?
What is your name?
All right, you ready to go to bed? I just said go to bed. You know, some honest sleep. You ready to go to bed? She giving me a death. She giving me a death stare right now. You know, baby, I just want to let you know this in front of everybody. I love you. Baby.
We love you, Mr. Richard.
Thank you. Pay attention to my love.
What?
I love you.
Love you more.
Thank you so much.
It's almost 12. We are in Florida.
Is it almost 12?
11:40.
Dang, why my phone say 9:41?
Let me see. Ooh, your phone does say 9:41. That's like California time, right?
It's mountain time.
Isn't that California? Isn't California in the mountains?
Yeah, but why my phone say 9:41?
Is that mountain time? Is California mountain time? What's
Pacific.
California time?
West.
Pacific?
Mm-hmm. Texas time, TD.
Pacific
Nah,
time?
Texas is 10:41 right now.
Wait a minute, I'm so confused.
I'm in the mountains, man. I'm Colorado time and all of that. I don't know why my phone is in that time right now.
That's my time, Utah. Oh, I think Apple did go through an update last night, but maybe you didn't reset your phone right. No wonder you thought I was still up there. Oh, okay. That's why you were confused.
That's why I was
You
confused.
had your time off. Cali time is 8:42. Okay, got it.
Dang, I went live an hour after I thought I was live.
So you thought it was like 7 o'clock right now?
Yeah, I thought it was 8 when I went
You
live.
know your children have been
And it was 9 something.
Have
Yeah,
they
I
not
know.
woken up at all?
It is what it is. We'll get them in the middle of the
They're
night.
gonna be up all night.
Ooh, I didn't take them to the restroom. I hope they didn't make a mistake. No accidents. I usually take them at 11 or 11:30.
Somebody said, "TD, please play that clip back one more time."
What clip?
The guy running from the dog.
Oh, the guy running from the 2-9ers.
I think so.
That's what that clip is.
Somebody said the new update for the iPhone is fire.
Oh my God, Flex.
Oh shit!
Who?
Get
Get your motherfucking dog. Fuck wrong with y'all?
What's funny is I think everybody has been chased by a dog before in real life.
Mm-hmm.
I've been chased by a dog.
I heard.
You've been chased by a dog.
Hey, it's ain't the time to get into the dog
You got
store.
chased by a dog and
Nah, I do that another time. I
What
don't
kind
feel
of
like
dog was
that.
it you got
It was a
chased
pit bull.
by?
I hopped in the back of somebody's truck bed
You sure
while
did.
they was driving.
Sure did.
Oh man! All right, baby, you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm waiting on you.
All right, I love you.
Why he say it like that? So
I love you, baby. I'm gonna sing to you in front of everybody just to show you how much I love you.
No.
No, you can't stop this
The dog
love.
was just jogging. Not even Billy. I think for people that aren't used to owning, Billy, that dog was kind of chasing him. I guess maybe he was trying to play, but if you don't own dogs, you wouldn't know.
All right, baby, just accept this love real quick. I'm gonna sing to you, okay?
Stop.
I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna bring it back like 25 years.
No.
Love, so many things. They want me to sing, baby.
Terrence said a police dog almost bit
Man,
me.
Rick
Oh my
Ross
God.
fell off. Man, you should have let that dog bite you and take that cash. You can come get this chunk. Yeah.
Oh. Did
What?
you sue the police about their dog?
Absolutely. I mean, that's just like police hitting you in the head unwarranted. Unless he almost bit you because you were running from him. That's different.
Right.
That's totally different. Man. All right, baby. Are you ready?
Wait, I'm waiting on you.
All right, baby. Tell people bye-bye.
Okay, bye guys. Bye all my friends.
All right, y'all. We finna get out of here. We love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out late night. Yes, the Hurricanes finna beat Texas A&M this weekend. I watch a little college football. Usually Saturdays we have family day. We try to do all our errands and do as much as we can because y'all see I be so busy streaming. Yeah, my wife be busy. The kids be having us busy too. So I don't watch as much college football as I used to.
Chef Jew, we gotta come visit you.
Yes, yeah, we got to make that trip. Well, it's gonna have to be next year though, because of the baby this year. It's been a minute.
2 years ago?
It's been like 2 years.
I don't think we've seen Chef Jew in like 2 years.
Good show tonight, TD. Thanks, Thomas. Thank you so much. Thank y'all for the love and support. But make sure y'all here on Sunday. Tomorrow night, I'm gonna try to crank up a screen if I feel like it. Just depends on if I feel like it. Saturday, we might crank up a stream, hang out Saturday night. If not, yeah, but you're gonna be busy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll figure it out. I gotta make some picks with my prize picks. I want to win big this weekend again. But yeah, man, thank y'all so much tonight. I love y'all, appreciate y'all. Sometimes nights like tonight, Friday night, just hanging out with y'all, kicking it. Like, this is what I be talking about. This is kind of like family stuff. You kick back, make jokes, talking, kicking it, having a good time. I love these shows, actually. You know, it ain't so formal all the time. Dolphin, even though I went through that whole story. But just kicking back and just talking to talk with y'all is always fun too, man. That's why I love my Dolphin family. Appreciate y'all. Blessings to you all.
Praying for you, Thomas.
Yes, Thomas. Thank you. Fins up no matter what. Peace. I am out. Y'all get y'all some rest. Can't believe what time it is. I'm shocked. Well, something wrong with my phone, actually, babe. Because it's still 9:41. My phone just stuck on stupid right now. Then.
That's a new phone too. Since you walked.
Yeah, it's a brand new phone. Yeah, I walked in the pool with my other one. I went swimming. I went right in the pool. I'm swimming for about 20 minutes. And I'm like, oh, my phone in my pocket. I was like,
I was so mad at you.
come a whole another $250 insurance deductible.
Who just does that? You just do careless stuff like that.
I ain't taking another L. Oh, it is what it is. I ain't taking no extra
I
L.
was like, why would you do that?
All right, babe, we're gonna end up talking about the phone. I'm ready to go. Love you. I'm saying love you. Love y'all. I'll see y'all on tomorrow or Sunday.
Love you.
Peace. We are out.